Hey artists, today we're going to be making our very own Dia de los Muertos skulls, and we're going to be decorating them with some scrap paper and some markers, so follow along with me to create your own calavera. So to get started, the first thing I want to do is choose a bright color background for my project, and then I'm going to need a smaller piece of white paper. We are going to take this and fold it the longer skinny way. And this is how we're going to make the skull face. We want to make sure that we're holding the folded side as we do our cutting. I'm going to round the top. So I'm going to kind of cut forward and round off that corner. And by doing that, that makes the top of the face is going to be rounded. At the bottom, I'm going to want to round the other corner, but I'm going to want to make it thinner to be the chin of the face. So again, I go and I trim that, but then I want to go back and make it thinner so it looks more like the chin of the face. So now I see here's the top of the head and here's the chin. Now, a lot of times when we see the skulls, there's a little piece of the cheekbone that kind of pops out right here. And we can do that with our scissors also. We're just going to kind of go out and then back in. All right. And then you can open it up and see if that is working for you. I think that looks like a great face shape where it's bigger at the top, comes down with our little cheekbones, and then comes down to our chin shape. If I want to round that chin out a little more, I can just smooth out where that pointy corner is. And when I open it, I have a great face shape. So I'm going to go ahead and put that at the top of my page. And the next thing I want to do is get a little scrap of white paper to do the neck shape. So with a piece of white paper, I've just got like a little square, and I'm going to fold that in half. And I want to cut like a rounded shape, and then go back out with my scissors and do another rounded shape. You can do 2 or 3 bumps for the 2 or 3 neck bumps. So I've kind of cut that square into some little bumpy shapes, and when I open that up, that's going to give me the bones for the neck. All right, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and glue those down. You can use a glue stick, or you can use the squeeze glue, whatever you would prefer. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the glue stick just because I know it won't bubble up. But I do want to make sure I put enough glue. I want to go all the way around the edge of my skull, all the way around. And then I'm going to glue this down right in the center of my page. Well, at the top center. Got to have room for the neck. Then I'm going to take my glue stick and put the glue down here around my little neck bones. I'll do that on like that. So for the rest of our project, as we're decorating and getting our sugar skull beautified, we want to make sure that we're using scraps of paper, and we can also use markers as well. So, and also colored pencils, so we can have a combination of supplies here. So I've got some beautiful different colors of paper here. And so the first thing I think I'm going to want to do is the eyes, nose, and mouth. And you can use bright colors for that. I personally like to do black for that. And then I kind of decorate around that with my brighter colors. So for the nose, I like to do kind of a heart shape. So I take a scrap of paper and fold it in half. And I cut out half of that heart shape. And then when I open that up, I have a full heart. Now, for me, that nose almost looks a little bit big, so I will just trim it down a little bit. Trim it down. All right, that works great for me. So I have a nose shape. For the eyes, I'm also going to take a piece of paper, just my old scrap paper from the box. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut out a circle shape, but then when I open it, I'll have 2 circles because I have my paper folded. So I am cutting out that circle shape. And now I have 2 circles for my eyes. When doing the mouth, I like to cut out kind of a smile shape. So like a curve, almost like a U shape. And then I will go over and cut around that again. And then I will cut little short black paper lines to go across the mouth. So kind of like these. Now I haven't glued anything down yet because I might want to put some other colors around these things. But I can go ahead and put these across the mouth. All right. And then I have my mouth. So something that really stands out to me when I look at the Dia de los Muertos decorations and sugar skulls is all of the happy bright colors and all of the flowers and decorations. So when I'm working on my skull, I want to make sure I'm adding lots and lots of those decorations. So before I glue the eyes down, I might want to make some kind of flowers to go around the eyes. So I can get a bright color of paper. Maybe I'll do this green. Now, if I want to, I know I can fold the paper and anything I cut out on one side will come out on the other side as well. So I'm going to do kind of a wiggly line. You could draw your flower first and then cut it out. I'm just doing kind of a wiggly line here to make like a flower shape. And that works for me. Then I open it up and I have 2 flower shapes. You might be putting a bright colored circle behind the eyes or triangles. You might have each eye different. This is totally going to be up to you how you want to decorate. I'm also thinking about decorating behind my nose with some of this beautiful dark red that I have. And so what I'm going to do is cut out a piece. And I'm going to cut out that heart shape like we did for the nose, but I'm going to cut this one bigger. And then it kind of frames it with some bright color. I'm liking that as well. The next thing that I can do is just start decorating with different flowers and designs. So I could take some different colors, cut out some flowers, and add those to my picture. It could be flowers that go on the skull. It could be some decoration for the background as well. So I could add just a bright piece up here. I could add some big flowers here in the foreground. Maybe like a big flower here. So you can just go through the scraps of paper and start adding some different designs to your skull. we're just kind of using our scissors, making some different designs. And then I'm going to want to start gluing a lot of this down. Right, so then I can grab my glue stick and I can start gluing down some of my design. I think it also looks really nice to decorate kind of a frame around your skull. So you could take some other colors. And add some different colors and shapes and designs. So really get creative with it. Just trying to make our paper look bright and happy with lots of different colors. I might add in some extra little hearts on here. So really just thinking about what you would like to decorate your paper with to make it look bright and fun. And then you'll take your glue and start gluing these pieces down. So once we get everything glued onto the page and we've got as much of the decorations as we think we're going to put on, then we can start using some markers and some colored pencils to add additional decoration. So one thing I saw that I thought was really neat is when they put flowers inside of the eyes. This is an option. You don't have to do that, but it does look really neat if you use a white colored pencil and you can add that extra detail. You could also take marker and start adding some different colorful decorations. Or you could use colored pencils as well. You could be adding some different colorful line designs. You could be adding more decoration to the background as well. So I'm going to go ahead and color all of those in. And so we're just going to keep adding some extra designs onto our picture. I feel like the ones that have the most decorations are the most fun. And I'm using a combination of scrap paper and markers and colored pencils. And so the more little details we add, I feel like just the more this skull gets that really festive look. We can add some yellow to the center of the flower. You can also add some additional design to the background as well. I really love the way our picture's coming together. So on your picture, you're just gonna continue adding more details until you feel like your picture has all of the elements of a great Dia de los Muertos skull. So I went ahead and added some more details. I used markers to add some more flowers, and I cut some extra paper pieces and added them to the skull, and just did some more with my colored pencils as well. And once you are all finished decorating, you are finished with your skull for Dia de los Muertos, your calavera. I cannot wait to see the one that you create.